everyone, to another episode of What's Working with Cam Marston. What's Working is brought to you by Coastal Alabama Community College. And the focus of this show, if you don't know already, is to focus on and learn about workplace and workforce trends. We also identify companies and people within those organizations that are doing some remarkable things to grow and change and react to perhaps some of the trends that are shaping the marketplace today. And I want to begin this show with a very quick reflection. We are nearing our 100th episode. I'm not exactly sure when that episode will be because we got this thing started nearly 100 episodes ago. Very oddly and strangely, we didn't have a plan or a system. I knew I had a vision for a radio program that I wanted to be broadcast locally that will help me keep track of the trends that are so important to my business clients. But I didn't know exactly how it would go. And now we got a routine, we have a system, and we're approaching, if we haven't surpassed, the 100th episode. And this is the first broadcast, the first new broadcast of 2020. Both Christmas and New Year's were on a Wednesday, and we played repeats. We went into the files and played repeat shows for those days. So this is the first new show of 2020. And as I look towards 2020, there's some interesting things coming up. First, we've had some sponsors renew, come back. They had started out with us and then they dropped off, and now they're coming back. And I'm excited to welcome or re-welcome Budweiser Busch Distributing to the show. You'll be hearing spots for Stella Artois today. They did some programming with us or some ads with us in the past, and happy to have them back. We've got other new sponsors, I think, coming down the road. They are dragging their feet on a couple of things, but I believe them. They're very interested in reaffiliating with the program. And the show's growth, I'm very proud of the number of listeners we continue to attract and people that are scheduling their drives home from work on Wednesday nights to listen to the show. It's called appointment listening in the radio terms. You set an appointment to be there by the radio to hear the show. And there are people, like I said, who work late on Wednesday so that they can hear the show on the way home. And finally, our podcast download continue to increase. They're incremental. It's not explosion, but they're increasing. People are more and more finding the podcasts on my website so that they can listen to previous shows. In other words, it's been 2 years and about 100 shows, and the success has begun to show, and I can't be prouder of what me and my team and I, have done. It's fantastic. This week is going to be no different in terms of the quality of the people and the content, etc. There's a Milkshake bar, and they're open mostly in Baldwin County and a couple of other places around the Deep South. But in Fairhope and Gulf Shores, the Yard Milkshake Bar. They were recently on Shark Tank, and they were successful or won. I'm not sure what the terminology would be. And they got a commitment from Mark Cuban to invest in their idea. It's homegrown, it's homeborn. They've done some great things. There are often lines to get into the store to these milkshakes. The Yard Milkshake Bar, if you want to see the most amazing picture of a milkshake, go to their website, or better yet, go to their store and check them out. When we come back, we're going to meet the owners of the Yard Milkshake Bar, hear their story, their surprise success of something that they didn't even know the demand was out there. And that's the nature of what's working. Let's learn about what's going on around here from a business point of view and hopefully get motivated and inspired by it. You're listening to What's Working, brought to you by Coastal Alabama Community College. I'm Cam Marston. We'll be back after this break.
Think about how people really see you. The kid at the drive-thru just sees a coffee drinker.
Please pull forward.
Your local barista sees the person who loves a smiley face in their latte.
See you next time.
It's kind of the same way with insurance. Other insurance companies just see a customer, but a State Farm agent sees more. They see you as a neighbor. Your State Farm agent is here to get to know who you really are so they can help life go right.
Call me, State Farm agent Allison Horner, in Mobile at 666-1616.
Hey, this is Cam Marston. If sales in your business comes from prospecting to create leads that lead to sales, I want to tell you about Sales Up Coach, a cloud-based system created for the next generation of sales professional. There's a big difference between being busy and being effective. And Sales Up Coach helps salespeople who rely on prospecting uncover which of their activities produce the greatest results. Over time, Sales Up Coach's machine learning hones salespeople's schedule to focus only on activities that generate the most bang for the buck. Your sales team interacts with Sales Up Coach on their smartphone, and sales managers can instantly generate reports to see who is on goal and who may need additional support. Go online and take a look at this new and very powerful sales tool. Go to salesupcoach.com/Cam Marston. Watch your sales team's productivity change.
Is your business growing? Does your existing metal building need an update? Expansion? New roof? With almost 20 years of experience, Mosley Building Systems is the leading metal building contractor along the Gulf Coast. We are your local design build experts. From expansion to new construction or repairs, we can guide you through all aspects of your project. Mosley Building Systems works with each client to fulfill their vision. For more information, go to mosleybuildingsystems.com.
We're back. You're listening to What's Working. I'm Cam Marston. What's Working is brought to you by Coastal Alabama Community College. And today we have with us Chelsea and Logan Green. They have opened the Yard Milkshake Bar, and there's many of them. The one in Fairhope, Alabama is the one that I'm most familiar with. And they're doing some remarkable things on what would many people consider somewhat of a pedestrian object, but they are selling milkshakes in ways and forms and designs that are absolutely glorious. You're going to learn about the Yard Milkshake Bar. Chelsea, Logan, welcome to What's Working.
Thank you.
Hello.
Good to be here.
I'm glad you're here. They have had a exposure on Shark Tank, folks, and we're going to talk about Shark Tank in a little while. But first, and this is a very broad question, tell me the story of a milkshake bar. And let's begin by telling the listeners the price point for these things, because it's very, very unique. Not far from where we're sitting is Old Dutch, and Old Dutch sells milkshakes that are much less expensive than what you guys do. What are the price points for these milkshakes?
Well, it depends. You can get the specialty ones that come in a jar that you get to take home with a souvenir, the name of the brand, the name of the town you're eating the milkshake in, crazy toppings all over it, and it's at $14.
A $14 milkshake. And it's not gold shavings in it. It's just normal milkshake stuff.
It depends on what, gold comes in many forms.
Yeah, that's very good. $14. So tell me the story of this. This is a fantastic story.
We started my first ice cream shop in 2011. It was right after the oil spill in Gulf Shores. It affected a lot of businesses, and there was a custard place, Shakes, or was it Shakes?
Yeah, it was
Shakes
Shakes,
Custard that went out of business. So my father owned the building that they were in, and he needed someone to go in there, and me and my mom decided we were going to go in there because it was about to be summer, and we didn't want it to be empty. So we started my first ice cream shop, Island Ice Cream, and it's still there. In 2011, I had that for many years, and in 2017, someone came to us looking to rent another spot. You already have an ice cream shop, why don't you open another one here? And it was a business location that had a couple failed. It had a failed Cold Stone near it. It had, what were the other ones?
I think it was a Snow Biz and a liquid nitrogen place as well.
So
it had
three,
all failed in the same location.
Yeah, in the same, it's a little bit uptown in Gulf Shores. So we knew that if we were going to do it, we had to come up with something really exciting, really something no one in our area had ever seen. So we decided we were going to do milkshakes, something really crazy, put them in all these crazy toppings, try to fit it on one, milkshake. So we did that. We experimented a little bit at Island Ice Cream. When customers saw us doing it, we were just doing it for ourselves to test out. They wanted to buy them. Immediately they were like, can I get one of those? And we didn't have enough to give everyone. So
a little bit of concept validation there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Instantaneous reactions, yeah.
You're experimenting with something behind the counter, and the customers are saying, I want that, whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So after that, we were like, yeah, this is going to work. And we actually came up with the name after we came up with the concept. So we were we were at home one night thinking about what's a good name. We need, something milkshake. I think the first was Milkshake Shop.
Yeah.
I call my Island Ice Cream, when I talk about it, I call it the ice cream shop, even though it's Island Ice Cream, because the ice cream parlor. Just in my head, it's the ice cream shop. So I thought about that, the Milkshake shop. And then we were just looking online and looking for ideas, and we thought about the Yard, which some people get the reference, some people don't. There's a song from 2003 or 4, I think, and it's My Milkshakes Bring All the Boys to the Yard.
I don't know this song. Okay. I don't think I've listened to pop music since 1985.
Okay.
So it's lost on me, but now I understand.
Mm-hmm. And that is a huge pull. If you know, and if you don't, it still works because it's farm themed. Everything in there looks like cows and looks like it could be out in the yard. But then there's a whole nother like secret that people are like, oh, why do you think it's named this? And then they get it. And it's usually the parents are the ones that don't get it, and the younger crowd are the one that's telling their parents, this is what's going on.
So you, let me get this straight. So there were 3 ice cream or frozen dessert, for lack of a better term, businesses that all failed within very close proximity with you. And you said, we'll do the same. We're going to open an ice cream shop.
Yeah, but it had to be unique. It had to be special. People just weren't buying what other people were trying to sell and what other people were trying to sell. So Chelsea came up with pretty much everything you guys see. I mean, it came right out of her brain.
So if I were to have someone from Cold Stone in here, one of the businesses, if I recall, that failed. If I would have someone in Cold Stone here, they'd say, listen, our business is unique. Our business is special. Our business is different. They would claim that their difference should have kept them open. But you didn't see it as that, did you?
Well, they are different, but it's just not what we had to be even more different.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no Cold Stone in that area that is still there. There's not one in, I don't know where the nearest one is from Gulf Shores.
Well, in a little bit of a different light too. So even moving forward with the way that Chelsea and I have plans for growing, we want to remain semi-destinational. We don't want to have 1,000 units. We don't want to have one on every street corner. We want people to have, your town is unique because you have a yard concept. You can go to just about any state, any town, probably going to find a Cold Stone, probably going to find a marble slab.
Yep.
Definitely going to find a Starbucks, that kind of thing. So for us, it really adds a little bit of, exclusivity, I guess you would say, to the brand, to the availability of the product and things like that. And that's sort of our vision for growing forward is semi-destinational for sure.
Kind of a premium destination
absolutely.
item.
Yeah.
So you've got stores right now in Gulf Shores, the original, Panama City, Fairhope, D'Iberville, Austin, Hattiesburg. You got one coming in, you told me, Georgetown, Texas, north of Austin somewhere, and another one coming in the Huntsville-Madison area.
Yep, and we have 2 in the works for Atlanta, Georgia.
Really?
Yeah, one under construction right now, and same franchisee that's doing Georgetown, Texas is also partnered with a really great partner locally in Atlanta, and they're going to do that one as well.
That's amazing. And this began when?
We opened the Yard, the first one in Gulf Shores, May 2017.
Yeah.
So that is when we finally got everything ready. We built it out. Logan did most of the build out throughout that spring. We wanted to open before summer. We actually opened the weekend of Hangout Festival, which is a festival in Gulf Shores that's pretty popular. We opened, and I had just done a lot of advertising through social media. I'd put out the pictures that I had taken I'd taken the pictures in Island Ice Cream, but I'd put them out there. I made events on Facebook and made an Instagram, and people were really reacting to it. I asked my friends to go follow it. And then I put out a press release, and actually I think WKRG picked up on it, and they posted it, and it just kind of went viral after that. The first day we had people waiting for us to open, and it was a big day. All our friends and family came out, and then after we got cleaned up that night, me and Logan were like on the way home, and we said, well, tomorrow won't be as busy because, all our friends and family have already come.
That's right.
It'll be easier tomorrow. It won't be as hectic. And the next day we doubled sales. And then the next day after that, we doubled them again. And we ran out of all of our ice cream, and we had to close that Monday and Tuesday to get ice cream. And we had to hire, I think we hired something like 20 people.
Yeah, I think it was 20 overnight.
Over those 2 days that we were closed. Yeah. And then we opened back up on that Wednesday. Yeah. And that was the week before Memorial Day.
This reminds me of the stories of Krispy Kremes opening up in different cities back in the day, where the line would be around the corner to get their hands on these types of things. Are the other stores in the different cities we've listed experiencing the same foot traffic?
It definitely is like that. When we open, we always try to do a lot of we reach out to a lot of food bloggers. We talk to a lot of people who are locally. And it's always like that when we open, and it depends on the city if it stays lines. Like Gulf Shores, every summer there's a line, all from spring break to fall break. But in other smaller towns, there's definitely a big hype when we open, and then it just, weekends are busy, and it just steadies back out. But it's always...
Gulf Shores is definitely a unique animal, for sure.
Yeah.
It's the highest performing store by far. And we have to pack all those people in that store in, 5 to 7 month window.
Yeah.
So we went from 900 square feet. Then we went to, we had a business that she had started as well, the Green Gift Company right next door. We would sell, we had laser engraving equipment, all kind of stuff. We ended up having to shut that down to bust through the wall to capture both spaces to double the retail space of the seating capacity and things like that. So once, after that happened, we still just had way too many customers for chairs, and it just wasn't a comfortable environment and that kind of thing. So we relocated that store again in the same shopping center. I think now we're running, 3,500 square feet, something like that. And it's just as bad as it was the year before, from a traffic standpoint.
When I come back, I want to talk about how you get these customers through these lines, because I bet it takes a while to make these creations that I've seen. Folks, you're listening to What's Working. I'm Cam Marston. The show is brought to you by Coastal Alabama Community College, and we'll be back after these breaks. Chelsea and Logan Green saw a business opportunity and pursued it, and boy, did they do it well. They're entrepreneurs at heart. So what do you do if you're interested in starting or managing a small business but aren't sure you have the skills? First, check out Coastal Alabama Community College. Their small business and entrepreneurship program offers classes in personal development, customer services, advertising and sales promotion, and the legal and social environment of business. You can pursue an associate degree, a certificate, or you can audit these courses. To see the full list of classes available and for more information on how Coastal Alabama Community College can meet your needs, check out their website at coastalalabama.edu or visit any one of their campuses.
What's Working with Cam Marston is brought to you by Stella Artois Beer. Stella Artois is a perfect beer for celebration. Nothing caps off a big sale, hitting your incentive goals, or a profitable quarter like a round of Stella's. Brewed first in 1708 as a special Christmas brew, today Stella is a gift for everyone to enjoy year-round. Stella Artois. Find it wherever fine beer is sold.
Investing, connecting, leading, providing. The Community Foundation of South Alabama brings together philanthropic assets to make Southwest Alabama a better place to live, work, and play. We link donors to philanthropy. Working with you, we build communities. Contact us at communityfoundationsa.org.
Coastal Alabama Community College is 3 amazing colleges combined into one incredible institution. And that means we're all together. For more sports, 15 more locations, more friends, more one-on-one time with instructors, way more activities, more courses, a lot more courses, and more success for all of us. Pretty much more of everything. Coastal Alabama Community College is where everyone is. All together! Coastal Alabama Community College. Register today.
I'm sitting with Chelsea and Logan Green. They are the owners of the Yard Milkshake Bar. Is that what it's called? It's a milkshake bar.
Yeah, that's us.
And that's a term in the food service business, is a bar, a milkshake bar.
Well, I don't know if it was a term before us. Originally, I called it in our head the Yard Milkshake Shop, and then I'd already bought that web page. I'd made the logo, and I was like, Logan, I think we need to change it to Milkshake Bar. It sounds cooler, and we changed it after we'd been...
Put some bar seating in there. And
yeah, we put some bar where you could watch... There's bars in there, but you can also watch us make the milkshakes. You watch it go down. It's done in front of you.
Yeah.
So kind of like that, we thought maybe people could sit at a bar and watch us make the milkshakes.
So you must have because the ingredient list is huge, huge. The number of different things you can get put on these things. It seems like 7,000 different sprinkle options or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you tell the customer? Does the customer have to be ready to order? They can't stand there and go, I don't know, I want green sprinkles or red, because you got a line out the door.
Right.
These things take a long to make. How do you keep the line moving?
Well, when we first started, we changed a lot of things over the past couple of years just to improve, how fast it goes. But when we first started, my idea was that they were going to have a menu and a check and a marker, and they were going to mark off what they wanted. So by the time that they got to the front, they would hand it to us, ask any questions they need, and then we would send that menu through the line, and it would have everything that they wanted. Now, most of the people know what they want. They're looking on social media before they get there.
Oh my goodness!
So they have an idea of what they want before they even come. But if they don't, then there's pictures on the wall of the milkshakes. We have specialty cones that they can look at. There's all kind of stuff in there. There's photo help when you're in there to help you decide. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of choices, and I wish that I could slim it down a little bit, but I just can't. I can't get rid of it. I can't. I'm too attached. I can't get rid of anything.
What is the time? So I order one. How long does it take to get one out?
When we first started, and we thought we were doing really good, right? So you can get one of the specialty milkshakes out there. Nothing's pre-made, right? So the ice cream's got to be dipped, mixed, decorated, the whole thing. We were getting them out in about 5 to 6 minutes, something like that. Now I got to give a lot of credit to the staff. Amy, Allie, Anthony, they've really helped us reorganize the line, show us what's working, what's not working. They're in the store every day, right? So they can kind of tell us where the inefficiencies lie. It's up to Chelsea and I to kind of make sure that we listen to that and do that. And through using their advice and things, we've gotten that time down about 3.5 minutes. You can get one of these made. So I'd say about 70% of the time is standing in line. At any one time, there's probably, 50, 60, sometimes 120 orders in a stack, and they're cranking one out every 3 minutes. One comes out.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's got to make cows all over the nation fearful. I'm like, oh my gosh. Tell me about the base ice cream. I'm a big ice cream fan. I'm the president of the Vanilla Ice Cream Eaters of America.
I need to get on that board.
Yeah, well, you'll be on the board. There are currently 6 members. So competition to get on the board is very slim.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'll give you an application.
Absolutely.
Tell me how you find the bones of the milkshake or the ice cream, yes?
So, yes, the ice cream that we use is a high butterfat ice cream. It's actually Hershey's brand, but it is on average 13 to 16% butterfat, which, if you know anything about butterfat being the vanilla
Ice Cream Eaters of America, Vanilla Ice Cream Eaters of America.
Then butterfat's important
critical,
in ice cream. So the higher butterfat, the thicker, the creamier, and also the ice creams that we've chosen to put on the menu. We work with Hershey's. They have made us our own flavors on some particular flavors, but the ice creams that we choose to put on there are the ones that have the good stuff already in it. So we do have vanilla and chocolate, but we have caramel cheesecake cookie monster that's got chocolate chips, actual chunks of cheesecake, already in it. So you're already getting the perfect dessert in the ice cream, and then when you add all the other stuff on top, it's just bonus and bonus and bonus. So people seem to like that, like all the stuff that's in it, and like how creamy it is. We really don't like icy ice cream. We don't want it to when you bite in it, we don't want to grit.
Yeah. And when we try really, really hard to keep that down, every single night when the store goes down, whatever time of the year, the tubs get covered, try to keep the ice and stuff off of it. Try to restir the tub every time you can and that kind of thing. Keep it fresh.
So you've mentioned the significance of social media, that people come in with their order already in mind through looking, I suspect, at Instagram.
Yes. Well, we have actually more followers on Facebook than Instagram. We have over 100,000 on Facebook. But social media is probably the most important part, honestly. That's what people see. That's how they find us. That's I have a marketing degree from South Alabama. That's where I graduated. And that helped me a little bit, but then I would say that I learned the most while actually working. When I started working at Island Ice Cream, and I made them Facebook and Instagram accounts, and then with the yard, just trial and error is what's done the best for me.
So is it safe to say that you wouldn't be as successful as you are without the social media triggers?
In my opinion, yes.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, Chelsea's one of the most resourceful marketers I've ever seen in my life. I mean, if it weren't for social media, we would have to find another avenue for sure, but I have confidence that she would get it done no matter what.
Do you do any other advertising outside of electronic? Do you have a billboard? Do you have a printed ad anywhere in a magazine? We
have done some ads in magazines. We don't. It's kind of hard for us to see how the return is on them as much because we, especially at Gulf Shores during the summer, we don't offer deals or anything, no discounts, because it's a seasonal place. We have to make all our money in that summer, and people are there. So if someone comes in and they're getting a free milkshake when we already have a line around the door. It just kind of doesn't feel great. So it's hard to see if they found us from a magazine or whatever, but we have been in a lot of magazines.
Yeah, for sure.
We, like when we go to a new location, like in a bigger city, we have experimented with putting billboards like in Atlanta and that kind of thing. But in general, most of it, 90% of it is social media, and I do it all, like I spend all the time on, like I spend a lot of time on it. So we make videos. We had a video on Facebook have over 11 million views one time of us making a milkshake.
11 million. That's amazing to me.
It reached 11 million.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
So they want to watch how the milkshake is made, and they're just mesmerized by it. So that seems to work. People love the videos.
And are you the one talking through the video? Are you out there? Are you the face of it?
We've only done one talking video. That was an experiment with my mom and my one of the other Allie's mother, where they competed to see how hard it was to actually make. Someone who had no experience doing a milkshake, they came in and tried to make one, and it was a disaster. I mean, it was funny video, but it was ugly milkshake.
End result was a disaster. Yeah.
But anyway, so most of the videos we do are I video. Usually, Allie, who works for us, or one of the other employees making the milkshake, and then I put music to it. So. Yeah. So people watch it. They're just watching it being made. They're not really learning how to make it themselves.
So give me a breakdown of your time. You've got 8 hours in a day. How is your time spent? Give me 2 hours is spent on social media prep. 2 hours is spent making ice cream. Give me an idea of how your day is spent right now. And we haven't even talked about the franchising that's going on. We're talking about the day-to-day grind.
So for us, there's 24 hours in a day. You got to use them all of them. I mean, Chelsea and I, we do, our franchisees and our franchise applications and stuff like that, they have direct access to a schedule link that allows them to get on, my personal call schedule. I'll run through, I might do 15, I might do 30 calls in a day. Run over here, we had some calls scheduled this morning to, on the drive over here. We were on the phone with franchisees and stuff like that. When the normal work day ends, she's still grinding it out, editing videos, developing products, changing menus, stuff like that. I don't know.
So the franchisees, how did you decide, yes, we want to franchise this versus making them all quote unquote corporate owned? What was the trigger there?
I think it would have to be an attempt to grow in an effort to protect the brand on a bigger scale. So, there's, food proprietary stuff is hard to get. We can trademark the name, we can trademark the, menus and things like that, logos, of course. But for us to get out there and bring this product to the consumers in a large scale, in the quality that we like to do it, we wanted to try to get there first. We wanted to try to be the first to the marketplace, things like that. And it really, really helps, too, to have dedicated franchisees that are in the locations every single day. Chelsea and I, we manage a little bit at a distance, and sometimes that can get real difficult, especially if you have a management transition, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So having the franchisees directly in the units just makes a lot of sense. And we're good partners, with the franchisees. We love to support them. We love new problems. We love new issues. They're opportunities for us to grow and learn as – if you think you get 50 franchisees, you have 50 people giving you positive business-related feedback. It's not – these are people that are in the grind every single day telling you what's working and what's not. And we're really looking forward to implementing a lot of that stuff into our own stuff.
So is there an attorney out there that you work with that creates these franchise agreements? Is there a route that you knew to take to say we're going to franchise and therefore we make this phone call, or we're just going to feel our way through this?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So we just we called everybody we could until somebody said, we'll take that on. And we've got a really, really amazing legal partner. He and I consider us really good friends. We talk almost every day. He helped us with the Cuban deal. He helped us with the Shark Tank stuff. And it changes on a daily basis. So an agreement in California looks a whole lot different than one in Alabama.
Does it really?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And it has to be drafted for that particular state. You got to add amendments, and there's all kind of stuff that you can do with the franchise money that you can't do with it, and it's intense for sure.
No kidding. I bet you had no idea it was this intense till you opened that book.
Yeah, you learn a lot as you go.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, we haven't even I'm saving the final segment for the Shark Tank conversation, and I know you guys are kind of handcuffed on what you can talk about regarding that. However, I'm eager to hear this story. Before we get into that, we got just a couple more minutes before going to break, and then let's talk Shark Tank. What has surprised you the most about this whole process beginning in 2017? What has surprised you the most?
Well, for me, I would say the customer response. I mean, we thought, in the beginning, we thought that milkshakes would sell incidentally. We have this option that you can spend $14 if you want to, but we really thought that it would be, I don't know, 10 or 12 a week, something like that, and in the beginning, we were hand putting the decals on the jars, right? So we would buy the jars from, was that Pottery Barn up the street, I think, and we would buy all these jars, bring them in, and we would sit there and use the Cricut machine and cut the logos out and put them on the jars and that kind of thing. And man, it got rough there for a while. We had stickers and stuff everywhere. I mean, trying to do 400 or 500 of these a day, it was crazy.
Now we have them screen printed. About after 3 or 4 days, we called and got them ordered. We knew we had enough. We could buy enough to. We had to buy 5,000 the first time we ended up buying.
Yeah, we had to buy them all at one time. You had to store them. It was.
So the thing that surprised you is the customer response, the number of people that have come in looking for these things. Chelsea, what has shocked you about this whole process?
That's pretty much the same thing as me. The first day we opened the yard, I've looked back at the sales, and our specialty milkshakes were not the main thing people bought. They bought, regular milkshakes, and then a few people bought the specialty milkshakes, and people saw those, and it was all mostly local people that first weekend. They reposted them online, and their friends came in, and they wanted the specialty milkshake. So you can watch our numbers grow from, we have bowls and cones that are, you can buy a $4 bowl, you can buy a $3 cone, but people don't buy them. I mean, they do every now and then, but most people come in and they get the milkshake. They may come in a few times too because they want different milkshakes.
Oh my gosh, here we go. That's the timer. That's amazing. It's a great story. Let's take a break and let's go back and let's talk about the Shark Tank story. You guys ended up with a deal with Mark Cuban. And we'll try to get as much information as we can out of you without getting you in legal trouble. You're listening to What's Working. I'm Cam Marston. What's Working is brought to you by Coastal Alabama Community College, and we'll be right back.
The Community Foundation of South Alabama links donors to philanthropy, builds networks across 8 counties, and builds dreams for those in need. Through our donors' gifts, we make investments that enhance our community via initiatives with broad impact. Working with you, we build communities. Contact us at communityfoundationsa.org.
I'm Matt Armbruster with Ransom Ministries. We help people in our community that most others have given up on. Please donate your unwanted electronics to Ransom Recycling. We teach life skills, job readiness, and job creation through our electronic recycling program. We take anything with a cord. Find us at ransomministries.com, or you can call us at 251-751-0044.
Life insurance is one of those subjects that make people want to change the subject rather than admit they probably don't have enough. I'm State Farm agent Allison Horner, and that's why I focus on how the benefits of life insurance actually live on by asking people to think in terms of life without having to sell the house insurance, or life without having to give up college insurance. Find out how the benefits of life insurance can live on for your family. Call me, State Farm agent Allison Horner, and get to a better state with State Farm.
You're listening to What's Working. I'm Cam Marston. What's Working is brought to you by Coastal Alabama Community College. I got Chelsea and Logan Green here. They were on Shark Tank in November of this year, November 2019, where they presented their idea, your concept, the idea of franchising. This segment, by the way, is on their website if you want to watch it. And they came away with a deal with Mark Cuban. Now, I'm not telling anything that anyone couldn't find out and that millions of people didn't watch on that episode already. But let's go behind the scenes. Did you apply? Did you reach to them? Did they come to you? How did it all begin?
So they reached out to us, and it's funny how that kind of worked. After Chelsea and I had kind of developed a Panama City location, I came home, I'm doing the build out, I'm putting the floors down, putting the walls up, that kind of thing. She actually had the Shark Tank application halfway filled out, and just the time involved and things like that we had kind of learned about, the time investment just didn't make sense for us at the time. So we kind of set the application down, and just about a year to the week, they reached out to.
Yeah, last spring is when they reached out, and they actually emailed our Gulf Shores general manager at the time. I guess they found her email on our website asking about, were we interested? So we had a call with them, and it was basically about 6-month process of, going back and forth. We had
the application process is tough.
So let's kind of pause there. You had a call with them. You weren't on the phone, I'm presuming, with one of the people we see on TV. It was a screener of some sort.
Yeah, so each individual candidate has a producer, I guess. You have a production team. It's usually 2, I think.
Yeah. And did they come to the store? Did they want to see?
No.
Nope. Everything was done. We did some video chats. We did some conference calls, that kind of thing. Sent in a lot of paperwork.
Yeah.
A lot of
So
paperwork.
Just because they reach out to you doesn't mean you're guaranteed to be on it.
Yeah, there's no guarantee to air, even up to when they tell you that, okay, you're going to air. You still may not.
Yeah. Okay, so they reached out to you. You filled out the paperwork. You went back and forth. You had a number of conference calls, video chats, all that kind of stuff. I assume they wanted to make sure you guys were telegenic.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We had to do the pitch several times on video.
Oh, did you really?
It all in. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So all right. So take me through what happens next.
Well, we finally got a day that we were going to go out there. It was September, so it wasn't that long ago that we went.
So it was this past September.
Just a few months ago, yeah. So we went, and we were out there for about 5 days, I believe, and we went through the process once we were there.
You're in Southern California?
Yes, we were.
It was L.A.
It was L.A.
Somewhere around L.A.
Yeah, it was L.A.
Yeah. Okay.
So we went out there, and we, once we got out there was more pitches, and then we finally did do our pitch, and it lasted about 45 minutes in the room, and then we walk out, and that's the last time you see of them.
Yeah.
So it's a 45 minutes. So on the show, what I saw on your website, it was not 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah. They narrow it way down. Yeah, they edit it out and stuff like that for sure.
Yeah.
It feels like, when you're up there, you just start rolling. I mean, nothing's rehearsed. They don't know anything about us. We know as much research as you can do about them based on whatever's online.
Right.
But yeah, they don't know anything about us other than what we tell them, and then what they're smart enough to ask and that kind of thing.
So from the television, when you watch these different episodes, people seem nervous. They seem a little antsy. They're shifting their weight just like anybody would.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Yeah. And it goes one of two ways. I mean, you got to go up there and just have a massive amount of confidence and get it done and make your business look really good, or you put yourself in a pretty vulnerable position to look pretty bad too. And we kind of knew that coming in, that we had to handle business that day for sure.
Did they make any attempts to make you feel comfortable? Did they come up to you prior to the presentation and say, "Hey, my name is, and I'm glad you're here"? There was none of that.
No, it's pretty intimidating.
Is it really?
Yeah.
And that's the way they want it, I suspect.
Yeah. It makes good TV for sure.
Yeah. And was there any personal conversation with you and the hosts? I guess, is that what they're called? None at all.
None.
What you see on there is 100% real. They edited stuff out, but it wasn't like they all the conversations happened there. They didn't know anything about us. Everything was real. So I mean, you
don't meet them until the minute you walk out there, and it's on.
Yeah, and it's on.
It's on. Yeah.
And have the producers prepped you for this, saying, "Hey, you're going to step out this door and it's go time"?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And if you were to mess your pitch up,
it's there forever.
They don't say, "All right, let's cut. Nope. Let's start again."
I have seen episodes where they mess it up and they leave it in. So if you mess up or if you stumble,
it's a one-shot deal.
They leave it in there.
Really?
Yeah.
So that intensity that we see on TV is for real.
It's for real.
It's bona fide stuff.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you walked through that door?
I think the most nervous part is walking up to the door. Once the door's open, for whatever reason, it went okay. We did really well. We were really prepared. We worked really, really hard for it. We really did. Mm-hmm. I mean, all the way up to when they come and get you to go to set. We were still practicing the pitch, making changes, making things work, and
you do rehearse,
practicing energy and stuff like that.
About what they showed the first 20 seconds. Really, we had prepared that, like our little spiel of what we were going to say about what the business was about, and then after that, it's all you just have to know the business and know. You don't know what they're going to ask. You just have to know.
You got to know the
answer. You got
to
know the answer to whatever they could ask.
So they're going to ask you food costs. They're going to ask you square footage, all the things that you talked about here. that you guys have meticulously researched to be first to do what you do, and second
Right,
to make
that's what I
sure
was
you
gonna
can
say,
speak
too.
fluently on that show.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're in a position to where you get to be on Shark Tank, as rare and unique as that opportunity is, I think you're doing the show and the people watching a bit of an injustice if you don't, do your homework and stuff. And as a business owner, you need to know those numbers anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, for you to just not be able to spit that information out on a momentary basis, you're missing an opportunity to do something. I think you have to know that information at all times.
Yeah.
It's the only way to manage anything.
Yeah. So they gave you a couple counter offers, and you guys went back and forth, according to what I saw on the television, on the website rather, back and forth a couple of times. You were in the hot seat there. There was no time to go sit down and you two visit about it and call your attorney or anything like that. It was in the moment.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. We had several conversations, Chelsea and I, about how far we were willing to go, and to give up equity at our stage was tough already. We did not need. It takes a certain entrepreneur to be partners with Chelsea and I. The energy level that we bring to the things that we do every day, kind of like I was saying before, there's 24 hours in a day. I mean, if you have to use them all, and we use every last one of them. So it's to bring in somebody, we have to know that they're the right individual, that they're actually going to be able to bring something to the table in an effort to get, money's incidental, right? We can go find more money if we really need it, but it takes a lot of time to generate a relationship, develop a good partnership, and things like that. And we had to pick who we thought we could do that the best with.
And did you get what you wanted?
I think we did.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really think we did. I mean, Mark, he's one of the best entrepreneurs that I've studied in a long time.
This is Mark Cuban.
Yeah.
He's the guy that accepted your offer, and you guys agreed. So continue. I want to make sure people know
Yeah,
who we're talking about.
Mark Cuban, owner of Dallas Mavericks, he's just a great entrepreneur, and he's got all the money that he needs, so he's in business for a different reason. He's in business because he wants to be there. He wants to help people. He wants to, help the common goal of the business do better and things like that, and we're really fortunate that he was able to give us the deal that kind of we wanted. Chelsea and I, we invest everything, reinvest profits on everything. We don't have any debt, we don't leverage debt to grow. If a business is successful, we take that business money and we make another business with it. And, through doing that, it's put us in a real good position to where we can grow at our own will and things like that. And the stores that we already had, there's a lot of sweat, blood, and tears and equity and stuff that went into that. And for us to just hand that to somebody for a sum of money just didn't make sense to us. So Mark was willing to give us the, maintain ownership of everything that we had already. And he come on for, an opportunity to move forward, which is exactly what we needed. We needed somebody to kind of come in and show us, how can we better the franchise organization? How can we be of more support to the franchisees? And that's sort of a much bigger focus for us now than, say, corporate growth. That's not really something that we're hardcore focused on now, because we have all of these franchisees who have invested in the concept and things like that, and they're going to need our support, and we know that through real estate selection, lease negotiations, all that kind of stuff that comes with being business partners with somebody that's new to the concept, new to the industry. We really have to dedicate ourselves to that organization at this point.
You're listening to What's Working. I'm Cam Marston. I'm with Chelsea and Logan Green. They're talking about the Yard Milkshake Bar in their time on Shark Tank. Now, so once they stepped away, once the camera cut, there was a handshake, it appeared, as he came out from behind his desk and shook your hand. What happened? What happened after that?
Well, after that, we went home. We went back to the trailer. We sat there for a while, and then someone from Mark's team came out and talked to us for a little bit, and then the next day we went home. We came home.
So was there a document for you to sign immediately? Did they have the terms of the agreement within minutes?
No, it takes a little while.
Yeah.
So once all the fuzzy feelings and stuff are gone, and it gets back to business as usual, you negotiate the terms, you negotiate the agreement, things like that. There's due diligence process, and Mark takes as much time as they need. It's open ended, so there's no doesn't put any pressure on anybody to make any sort of a bad deal after the fact.
I see. So the show is a culmination of a verbal agreement. It doesn't mean, you guys could find a hiccup in the documents going forward and say, this is not what we had thought it was going to look like, and you can back out without.
And he can do the same.
Do the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you had, do you have his cell phone number now? If you want to call and say, Mark, I have an idea about this contract. Is how accessible is he and his team to you at this point?
That's something that I have to really applaud Mark Cuban for. Is this guy he has so much going on. He's got so much stuff going on. It's ridiculous, right? But when I send Mark Cuban an email, I get a response back almost immediately.
From him?
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, and he's, I've read some interviews and stuff of him, and that's just the way he likes to do business. I mean, if he doesn't do that, then he forgets about it. So he doesn't give himself the opportunity to add time to the deal and make a mistake or anything like that.
Well, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Chelsea, did you like him?
Yeah, from the time. I mean, I definitely liked him. We talked about it before we went on. We knew who the Sharks were going to be when we were there, because I know a lot of the contestants don't, but we had to know because we served them milkshakes, so we had to know their allergies, or
food preferences and that kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah. So we knew who it was going to be, and he was the one that out of those we wanted.
What did you serve him?
He was the one that we chose. We had picked out milkshakes for everyone, and we chose for him to come up to us, and I made the milkshake. He got to pick from the toppings, so that's part of the lure of the menu, is that you get to pick. You can get like you were talking about, whatever you want on it.
Yeah.
So I had gotten him salty caramel truffle ice cream, because that's one of the most popular, or just everybody loves it. It's so good. So that's the base he had, and then he got to choose what was on it, and he chose his different toppings. I think he had chocolate around the rim, he had chocolate chips, and he had whipped cream and all that stuff on there. And then when we were standing up there, no one else noticed, but when we left, I told Logan, I was like, out of all the people, he drank most of the milkshake. Like, you could see their milkshakes going down. He was the one that drank the most of it, and obviously he liked it.
That's good. So a minute left. What do you want people to think about your stores? What do you want people to think about your story? This remarkable tale that you've told. This began in only 2017.
Yeah.
People are going to go by your store in Fairhope and Gulf Shores, anywhere they're listening here. What do you want them to think?
Well, I think, the Yard Milkshake Bar offers just a really unique opportunity to bring friends, family, have an entertainment day. Come design the craziest thing that you can think of. We can make it. It doesn't really matter what it is. And, I guess from an entrepreneur standpoint, anything is possible. Anything. I mean, it's just effort, and never underestimate the amount of effort that it's going to take to get something done. If you bring, 1,000% and it only takes 50%, you're going to get it done. But if you only bring 50% and it takes 100, it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
So, and that's the way Chelsea and I go about absolutely everything.
Yeah.
1,000% every single time. Go for big every single time. If it doesn't work out, that's okay.
Yeah.
And, when it does, it's pretty glorious.
Chelsea, what do you want people to think?
I'm more focused on social media and like the pictures. I love creating the stuff. I have so much fun coming up with the milkshakes, and then the people that work for us, they get to, at first it was all me that came up with ideas, but now they get to help, and it's just really fun to go back and forth and figure out what we're going to do. And I love the reaction of people when they see it online. I get to watch their comments and see how much they love it, and it makes me feel good. That's just mainly what I like, is creating the stuff.
Chelsea and Logan Green, they're on to something, folks. You can say them. You can say you remember when they were successful contestants on Shark Tank. They've got stores nearby, one in Fairhope, one in Gulf Shores, and they got a tiger by the tail. Congratulations to you both. Good luck to you.
Really appreciate it.
You're listening to What's Working. I'm Cam Marston. What's Working is brought to you by Coastal Alabama Community College. We'll be right back with final comments. If you haven't been to one of the Yard Milkshake Bar locations, you need to go. Their milkshakes, they're beautiful, they're tasty, they're big, they're glorious. As the son of a dentist, I know that when the dentist sees a milkshake like that, they think, well, they'll be coming to see me. Those customers will be coming to see me. We'll be doing some drilling and filling in that customer's mouth before too long. Did you know that Coastal Alabama Community College has a great dental assisting program? In fact, it holds the highest level of accreditation from the Commission on Dental Accreditation. It's a competitive program, and only 24 students are accepted each year. Once accepted, students can choose either a 5-semester associate in applied science degree or the 3-semester certificate. Either way, students are prepared to enter the workforce upon completion of the program. For more information or to apply, go to Coastal Alabama Community College website at coastalalabama.edu or visit one of those campuses. But definitely go get a milkshake. We'll be back.
I'm Matt Armbruster with Ransom Ministries. We help people in our community that most others have given up on. Please donate your unwanted electronics to Ransom Recycling. We teach life skills, job readiness, and job creation through our electronic recycling program. We take anything with a cord. Find us at ransomministries.com or you can call us at 251-751-0044.
What's Working with Cam Marston is brought to you by Stella Artois Beer. Stella Artois is a perfect beer for celebration. Nothing caps off a big sale, hitting your incentive goals, or a profitable quarter like a round of Stella's. Brewed first in 1708 as a special Christmas brew, today Stella is a gift for everyone to enjoy year-round. Stella Artois. Find it wherever fine beer is sold.
Is your business growing? Does your existing metal building need an update? Expansion? New roof? With almost 20 years of experience, Mosley Building Systems is the leading metal building contractor along the Gulf Coast. We are your local design build experts. From expansion to new construction or repairs, we can guide you through all aspects of your project. Mosley Building Systems works with each client to fulfill their vision. For more information, go to mosleybuildingsystems.com.
Thanks to Chelsea and Logan Green for their time spent with me learning about their project and the explosive growth that they're going through. You can see and feel, at least as I sat with them, you can see and feel the excitement of what they've got going on, and I wish them the best of luck. I can't quite get my arms around the value or the huge influence of social media. Chelsea can. A lot of her success, she says, comes from posting those pictures and creating the attention or generating the attention that social media can do. And Instagram seems to be the way to go these days. I sat outside of a workshop at an event not long ago and listened to a guy who was a social media expert describe the different ways that social media can help businesses improve their growth. And as I used to be into this stuff, and I've kept up with the habits from back in the day, but I realized those habits just aren't what they need to be, considering the extraordinary growth and value of social media out there. I'm way behind. And I listened to this guy in this workshop talk about what people need to do to stay relevant on social media. And I was at that inflection point, I guess, of do I do this or do I not do this? Doing it would require an extraordinary I need to find more time. Not doing it will keep getting me what I've already gotten. And am I okay with that? I don't know. Chelsea and Logan have figured out the value of it, and they have seen their business grow as a result. Folks, they've like I said, they got a tiger by the tail, and we got to wish them best of luck. Well, we're going to wrap it up. I need to thank the people that make this happen. Kristen Ogden, who arranged all the meetings and the calls and the conversation. John Thompson with Ion Digital is the show's producer. We'll have another show for you next week. Go to my website, download the podcast, cammarston.com. Take a listen and rate us on iTunes. You wouldn't believe how important that is. We'll have another show next week. Have a good week, everybody.